The period of reconciliation between the United States and China is blowing warm winds in the global economy. After 90 days of tariff reduction announcements, there were signals that negotiations will continue. At a press conference, U.S. President Donald Trump commented on the agreement between the U.S. and China to mutually reduce tariffs. Stating that they have achieved a complete restart with China, Trump stated that the agreement does not cover tariffs on products such as automobiles, steel, aluminum, or tariffs that may be applied to pharmaceuticals. Stating that the talks in Geneva were very friendly, Trump said, "Relations are very good. We are not trying to hurt China. China was hurting very badly. They were closing factories, they were having a lot of unrest, and they were very happy to be able to do something with us. Our relationship is very good." Trump said he would also speak to Chinese President Xi Jinping, perhaps over the weekend. Donald Trump said that China would suspend and remove all non-monetary barriers and that the most important outcome of the talks was that China agreed to open its economy. Stating that China has agreed to stop the flow of fentanyl, Trump said they will be rewarded by avoiding paying hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. On the question of whether the tariffs would rise again to 145% if a long-term agreement could not be reached with China at the end of 90 days, Trump replied, "No, but it would rise significantly." Trump added that he thinks a deal will be reached. U.S. Secretary of State Scott Bessent said he expects to meet with Chinese officials again in the coming weeks to continue trade negotiations. "What we are doing with the Chinese is a mechanism to avoid upward tariff pressure," Bessent said in a statement. China lifted a ban on airlines taking delivery of Boeing planes after the U.S., and China agreed to a temporary reduction in high tariffs, Bloomberg News reported. The first round of trade negotiations between the U.S. and China ended in Geneva, Switzerland. The United States agreed to reduce its tariffs on Chinese products from 125% to 30% for 90 days, and China agreed to reduce its tariffs on American products from 125% to 10%. China and the United States agreed to establish a mechanism to continue negotiations on trade and economic relations.